Word on the street, I'm a suspect. Hanging with the killers in the projects. Taylor want a barrel, keep quiet. Catch a nigga slipping from behind. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. Put a nigga out like an outbreak. Chopper start, send me the house shake. Nigga sweeter than a pound case. Eyes on your chin, better watch what your mouth say. Nigga with the footballs, got a nigga tripping. Fuck it, nigga keep sipping. AK with the beam on it. Clip sold on like a lean on it. My nigga like behind ball. Move 100 pounds for a lawyer, beat the charge. Jack down, and it play marshal. If a nigga try to rob, fucking hit him with them. Word on the street, I'm a suspect. Hanging with the killers in the projects. They don't want a barrel, keep quiet. Catch a nigga slipping from behind. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. 100 bands on your head, get the job done. Throw it up, nigga, where you from? Whole hood hot, cause your nigga hitting licks. Ain't made a meal yet, but he still nigga rich. Stick on my, stick on my, stick on. How you want it, nigga? Full of the city. Looking for the cash, searching for the bag. Young nigga wildin', throwing up flag. Shooters on the roof with a scope. Money make gon' treat you like the Pope. Keep me in the post.
What's good, everybody? Hello. How is it going? Please let me know if you can hear me. You heard the siren. That siren means get your ass in here. I feel like you can hear that from miles away. I am so happy that everybody is here. And a lot of you, from what I can see in the chat, came over from the Bad Boy premiere video. Welcome to the chat. This is probably the most excited I have been for an after party live. Like, I'm about to get emotional, y'all. We got a celebrity here. We have a whole celebrity coming through, a celebrity in my eyes. I don't care what he says. But before I bring out my guest and, let you guys get to know him as if you don't know him already, we're going to pretend that we don't just for this live in particular. Let me see what is going on in that chat. Let's see who's here. I know my day one's here. See, hello, Marissa. Hey, thank you so much for being here. Kayshawn. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much. I saw you in the live as well. Nicole, I did not see you in the live, but I am glad that you are here. You always come through for me. Hey, Bree. Bree, where's your picture? Hello. You've been like, you know what? I got to give you all kinds of flowers because you have been showing up for me in the best way. Like, when I get some mods, as soon as I give y'all a hammer, a tool, whatever that is, you be the first one, I swear. Hello, Bree. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. We back. Thank you. I saw you in the live as well. It's the after party for me. Hello, Nita. Thank you so much for being here, ma'am. Let's see. Hey, what city are y'all in? Child, San Francisco. All right. Hello again. Let's see. Minnesota. We got a whole bunch of people in the house. Tulsa. Oh, let's see. We can hear you. Good. That's all I need to know. Our buddy is in the back. Before I bring out my guy, this is somebody who has taught me so much about myself as just a YouTuber, period. He has given me the confidence to grow in so many ways. He has no idea how much he has inspired me. Everybody in the back and the front, show your love for just my opinion.
What's up? What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing?
B, I'm so happy you're
here. Yes. I'm so happy too. And thank you for the kind words. I'm so flattered, that I can, assist you in any type of way. So you got me smiling over here. So thank you.
Don't even be flattered, B. I know I'm not the first person to tell you that. When I got on this platform, I don't know if you know, but you were the very first person to reach out to me, period, to say,
really?
Hey, yeah, you were the first person ever. Because I know you were the first person whose channel I ever went on. But as far as just reaching out to me as a fellow person who did YouTube, you were the very first person, and I thank you so much for that. Because if it was no B, we would not be on this live. Because I had no intention. I had no intention of going live. But B, I would like to ask you a couple of questions just so we can get to know you a little bit better before we jump into being Bad Boys for Life. How long have you been on this platform?
YouTube, it'll be 10 years in this month. Later on this month, September 2013. So I quit twice. To be honest with you, I was just like, I can't do it. It was one time I didn't make a video for a whole year, and then another
Really?
time I didn't make a video for about 8 months. So those are my long breaks. And I don't, if you start a YouTube, I don't recommend that because the algorithm is not friendly to you when you come back. But
Mm-mm.
yeah, 10 years, 10 years. So
That's incredible, B. You should be very proud. I completely understand why you would quit. And you don't feel like you need to take a break. But what made you want to get on YouTube in the first place?
I was just passionate about movies, and I just felt that I had to get my voice out there. I felt that I had some things to say that I didn't hear anybody else saying, and I was like, man, I'm black too, and so that's just a whole completely different perspective the way we look at movies and television. And all my friends at the time, they wasn't into movies and TV. Like I mean, they were just the occasional browser, occasional
Mhm.
streamer, occasional go to the movies. Here I am, a big nerd over here, just like, man, I want to talk about this, and this was cool, and the explosion here, and the kick, and the fight scene. But I had no one to talk to about it, really,
Mm.
And so I know I got on some people's nerve back in the day that were kind of in my circles, and YouTube was just another way for me to, just vent and get my opinions out there. It started via Word, on Facebook. I got a little website and was writing full reviews, but YouTube
Mhm.
was still kind of new, and I just wanted to get out there, and so I saw it as an opportunity. And hey, what's going on, everybody in the chat? What's
I
up?
just
What's up?
wanted to put this up. B, I'm glad you made it out the parking
Yes,
lot.
yes, yes, yes,
Thank you so
yes.
much for being here, Suburbia Jones. I see a lot. Hello, Monique 69 Ways
Hey,
Johnson. You know I
hey.
love that name. I am a new sub to Just My Opinion, and I am checking
Thank you,
out his stuff best I can. Thank you
thank
so
you,
much. This
thank
is a
you,
loyal supporter here. Thank you so much.
thank you, thank you.
My boy.
Yes,
I
yes. What's
love when
up?
I catch the live. Absolutely. Let's see. Hey, yeah, so some of these people are in the house. But
Right on.
I know when I first because as you said, usually if you're passionate about movies, there isn't anybody else to talk like, oh my God, like, would you shut up? I got so
Yeah.
many, like, we don't love movies like you do. We don't want to have those discussions, baby.
Right, right,
And then I would get on YouTube, and that's where I would, quote things, or, back in seven, I'm like, what? We don't know what you're
right.
talking about.
Yes, yes, yeah,
I would get
yeah.
on YouTube and see you as well as Sharonda, and you guys were like the only black faces that I saw. It
Nice,
was
nice.
just
That's
you. So when you reached out to me, I was like, "Oh, what?" I was like, "Mama, I made
yeah,
it. I'm somebody.
yeah,
Just my
yeah,
opinion knows who I
yeah,
am." He recognized the
yeah.
G when he saw him. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
that's
excited.
that's
I was
true.
excited. But how do you feel about the space? I'm not even gonna say black content creators on YouTube, but just this sector of the black people here who have a passion to talk about film and the rapid, well, not so rapid rate that we seem to grow on the platform.
It's still a lot of opportunity, and there's still so much potential. There's so much content out there, and it is impossible to cover it all. I mean, I'm still trying to, create little niches myself that I see not just black creators, but any creators talk about,
Yeah.
on a consistent basis. And I'm gonna keep that close to my chest for now. But it's been around for a while, but it's still so much room to grow and to expand, and I'm trying to get my little piece of the pie, while I'm here. And I just said it to say, if you're watching this, go for it. If
Yeah.
it's not impossible. And to be honest with you, Tyra, you have your own little corner as well. Like, I never would have thought throwbacks would
Mm,
be so successful and entertaining, and you have mastered that. So that's
me
you're
neither,
just a
B.
prime example of the question that you just asked me. So there you
Well,
go.
I didn't. I did not get on here. I was like, I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna be like Brandon. I'm gonna be like Sharonda, and that's what's working. I'm gonna try to, make myself the female Brandon Keith Avery. Yeah, that wasn't gonna work. That was not gonna work because I couldn't. That's the one thing I love about movies. Not two people are gonna talk about a movie the same. So I couldn't talk about a movie like Sharonda or like B. I had to talk about it like Tyra, and in doing that. It's like, can you talk about this old movie? I was like, can I? Y'all want? I didn't know that there was a market for it until I was asked, and now it's kind of like my niche now. But what is the hardest thing about YouTube for you?
For me right now, I gotta be honest, just staying consistent. Burnout is a real thing. And you have to be realistic. Every video is not going to launch. And sometimes you can, put a lot of energy and work into something and it gets no views and it can really knock the wind out of you. And so, it's trying to stay motivated and disciplined when those type of things happen is something that's difficult for me personally.
Yeah.
Not for everybody, but for me, yeah. And so, um, I guess a solution is, only do things that you're passionate about. Don't do something just because it's popular. You'll burn out quick that way. I went through that. So
Mhm.
if you can hit a home run, if all the stars can align to where you're passionate about something and it's popular, you're winning. But yeah, I just gotta, sometimes things are not just gonna launch the way you want, but you gotta dig your heels in and stay 10 toes down and
See, B, you
keep that
just made me
consistency.
mad with all of that statement. You just upset me because you have just upset me because that's like, I think that's the hardest thing also, especially when you like, I don't, people on the other side don't realize everything that we go through just to get a video up and to get it done, especially one that you're really passionate about and you finish. It's like, oh, I did that shit. That's a good ass video. And then you
Yeah.
post it. It's like, oh, only a couple of hundred of y'all rolled up, huh? That's
Yeah, man, yeah.
that's how y'all feeling, and it's just like, dang, is this something I'm not doing right? You start to question, how you're doing things. Could you do something better? Do you need to do something less? But it's just like, hey, this just wasn't, that video. Or maybe, on a good day, somebody might find that video later and it might go up. You just never know. But that's the hardest thing. I think every person so far on the After Party Live that I have asked that question to have said consistency. Last
Yeah,
question.
let me throw one more in there too. This one stings like a mother. You want to be on time and prompt and organized, and sometimes posting something too early. I mean, if you're late in all walks of life, that's not good. But sometimes on YouTube, if you're too early,
Mhm.
that can be like shooting yourself in the foot, and that really kind of stings a little
Mhm.
bit. I know that's maybe a little bit inside baseball, too inside baseball, but that really can suck sometimes. Like, damn it, if I just would have waited another day, I would have got
No,
50,000 more
that's the
hits.
that's the one of the first things I learned about, YouTube because everybody was kinda, I don't know what formula I'm on, I'm kinda doing my own thing right now. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all, I just wake up and I post. But there's kind of a formula of, us as if you wanted to review movies, you need to, make sure you get access early, be that first to get that video up, and hopefully, of course, you'll be seen first and, shout up the algorithm. And then I slowly learned, I was like, oh, that's not working anymore. The algorithm is changing like every single day. So that's not
Yeah,
working. If
yeah,
you are, trying to get out there, first of all, I would just say, just start. The main thing I regret is not starting sooner and just procrastinating about having courage enough just to get on here. It's hard, so I'm not going to rush anybody, but I wish I started sooner. But never feel like you have to be first. That has helped me out a lot with my videos because you will kill yourself trying to, oh, this day this is dropping, I need to make sure I'm first. And I'm like, yeah, I'm stressing myself out. I could be, if you're not
right,
first, you're last. I'm gonna be last, Ricky
right,
Bobby. I'm gonna
right,
post my video last. And a lot of the times, like sometimes I post last, it'll go up. And I'm like,
right.
you know what? It's just about the video and just making sure, let me make sure I make the best video instead of just trying to make sure I'm first.
That is very
But
true. Consistency and quality is much more important than speed.
yeah,
So that's another little
yeah,
nugget.
that's what she said.
Stupid.
I'm
He
sorry,
did
y'all.
say it too. Yes. I love it.
Last question, B. What is your ultimate goal on YouTube?
Oh man, I want to do this for a living.
Hmm.
I don't want to work for anybody else. If I can, wake up every day and try to get some exercise in, be on my own schedule,
Mhm.
travel the country covering movies, primarily that, just movies recaps, maybe some interviews here and there. And
Mhm.
I want to do it for a living. There's something else that I want to tie in. With that in my personal life that I aspire to do, you kind of may know because you
Yeah.
know me, but let me get some more of my ducks in a row first before I talk about it too much. But yeah, I want to do this for a living.
Yeah.
That's the goal. I mean, it would be nice to hit 1 million subscribers.
Ooh.
But that's not a requirement to
Yeah.
make enough ends meet to do it. But that's a goal. But mainly just to be able to talk about movies for a living, through YouTube and Google and other platforms.
Are you almost there?
You know what? I would say last year, I was more optimistic than I am now, just because this year has been slow for me. Because I mean, I'm trying to just I'm trying to expand, but that's taking a little longer than I thought. And so that kind of ties back into that consistency thing, because it can knock the wind out of you. So I'm not close, but I'm not far either. I'm just, I got a plan. I just got to execute. So.
Well, you guys just know that, like, I love the growth. I love subscribers, but at the end of the day, engagement is a little bit more worthy than the subscribers. You can have all the subscribers in the world. If you guys are not engaging with the content, then we're not doing what we need to do on the platform. So the more you watch, the better off we are. Like, we need y'all support. But what is the first thing that comes to mind when you see these gentlemen right here? What is like the first line that comes to your mind?
Strong, smooth.
Strong.
Would you asking me? Would you asking me or the chat?
No, I'm asking you.
Okay,
These are all questions pertaining to you.
I see strength. And they both look smooth as well in the film. Mike Lowrey, Will, he's supposed to carry that torch, but Martin ain't doing too bad himself.
Absolutely
so
not. First thing that comes to my mind is definitely Mike Lowrey. That's the first thing that's always going to come to my mind as soon as I see these two.
Okay.
Let's see, Big Larry. Martin's breakdown. Oh, not Martin's breakdown. Why would you put that there? Period. And like this video, absolutely. Please like the video, guys. It gets, we trying to get that engagement all day long. Like this video, if you have yet to already. What's up, y'all? Thank you so much.
And since Ty with these super chats too, man, she got some babies at home that need food and spaghetti and hamburger helper and all that stuff. So send her a super chat. Buy her a drink or something.
Double on that drink, but spaghetti's great. The double on that drink.
Right on.
Man, hello. Did you see that? Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Absolutely. Once again, good to see y'all link up. Absolutely, Bree. Like, we link up all the time. Like, B is like practically family at this point, whether he knows it or not.
Yes.
Absolutely. Let's see. Yeah, it's so many things that come to mind here, but the main thing is just like, there's no other movie that is like this, and it always concerns me as to like why we didn't get more like bad boy situations. Which one of these are your favorite in the franchise, and why?
Oh, part two. Part two is my favorite by far. Man, I like them all, but part two is the winner. I mean, oh my god, that freeway chase scene when they're throwing cards, like, that still gets me to the edge of my seat. Like, and don't tell if I'm if I'm elevated, you know what I'm saying, I'm either gonna go farther into my excitement. But part two by far, man, the way that Michael Bay shot those films with the camera, man, I fell in love. That was the guy that put these movies together. Well, the first two, the third one, it was a different director.
Yeah.
He was my favorite director of all time.
Really?
Up until a point in time. Yeah.
Michael Bay?
Yeah, when Transformers 2, Revenge of the Fallen came out, he stopped being my favorite. I couldn't do it anymore after that. But up until that point, man, Michael Bay was my guy. And so the king of explosions, and he had him in part two. So part two is my favorite by far.
Mine's is the first one, just for that reason of Michael Bay. I felt like, they
got the collection.
I felt like, they gave Michael a whole lot more coin for that second one. So it got really extravagant. I really like the tone down, not so much for the first movie. It's just the first movie holds a special place in my heart, even though the second one, it cranked everything up to 1,000,000. The jokes, the profanity, it was part two is like really, really extravagant. I love it, but I love, the first one for the fact that it's not so extravagant and it's just more simplified. But I love the second one too. How do you feel about the third one?
I like the third one. I gotta say, I respect everything you just said about the first one. even though I disagree, I understand 100% where you're coming from because I feel the way you do, but I just like the extravagant stuff. But part three is cool. I forgot I have it downstairs. I forgot to grab it, but it's good. It's not as good as the first two,
Mm-hmm.
but it broke my heart as well
Oh
because
yeah,
what they did with the captain. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? He was a he was a G. You got to pour one out for him.
yeah. Who gonna yell now?
Yeah, man, he was screaming, horrible at basketball. Just funny
Jay
guy.
said the devil does not live here.
Right. Mike. I ain't gonna get started, but yeah, the third one was cool. It didn't hold up to the first two though.
Yeah,
Oh, one and
absolutely.
three. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
1 and 3.
Suburban.
No, don't Suburbia. Don't be trying to pick that. You just picked that. Just try to be different. And didn't nobody like that third one.
Yeah.
Definitely part 2. Let's see. Getting into something else about this movie, like just going back to. Did you get a chance to rewatch the movie?
I finished it right before we started. That's why I was
Excellent,
late.
excellent.
Yes.
Because a lot of things that weren't fresh in my mind, watch these when you're a kid or a teen, were just really
Uh-huh.
fresh now. Where are the black cops at, B? Like, where are
Yeah.
the black buddy? This movie came out, of course. This was supposed to be a totally different movie. It was supposed to be 2 white leads. Michael Bay came along, got rid of that, got rid of the script, allowed
Mm.
them to inject, a whole bunch of anything that you probably laughed at in the first Bad Boys was just improv. Because the
Yeah.
script was, really, really bad. But they didn't get, much of a budget. Of course, it was really successful, but there was, of course, no faith that 2 black they weren't superstars at this point. They were well known, but not
Right.
blockbuster hit, type of guys. And this was like considered risky to have 2 black men lead a film. And of course,
Hmm.
I think down there in the corner, I have Rush Hour. But outside of those 2, these are the only 2 films that have, 2 minorities in the lead roles of an, action buddy comedy. Why do you feel like they always have to have, a white anchor?
I don't know. They just don't have faith in dark-skinned people.
Mm,
And there's just some illusion that they will sell more tickets. But I just disagree. I mean, if when you look at all these films, the better and ones like it, the better ones are with the black leads in it. I wish we
mhm.
had more. Um, and one of the reasons why you like the first one so much is because it is simple.
Yeah,
It's also special in the way it comes together. I don't know, but we need more black cops.
absolutely.
It's a shame that we don't have them.
Absolutely. I don't even think we get like so much. I guess it's like a dying genre now, the whole buddy cop era. But the last thing I saw after this that had like just 2 black leads was Ride Along. I was like sad.
Yeah, yeah,
Sad. I would think with how profitable the franchise has been that, people would be diving off a cliff to invest more in, black leads in a movie. But whatever.
yeah,
Let's see.
yeah.
Love Jones is better than Bad Boys. Well, we
Oh
ain't
my
say nothing. We
goodness,
ain't say nothing about that.
what's going on? What's going
we
on?
ain't say nothing about that. Hello, Tamika's Den. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So
Let's see.
so
Don't forget Ride Along. Another one, even though it wasn't nearly as good. Yeah, I was just surprised that was. I'm like, that's the only one. Lil Kevin Hart. All right, y'all need to do something else. Part 3 was good, but it was too dramatic. R.I.P. Captain. It broke my heart. Yeah, that's what B said too. Let's see. I like
yeah,
the first and the second one more, but I was surprised to find out that the third one made the most money. Inflation.
very true.
Yeah, they have no matter the installment, the franchise just continues to increase, like profit wise, just more incentive to maybe give some of those, especially the young black actors coming up, like give these men some lead roles. Like it's sad out here in these Hollywood streets,
This is
but
true. And that's gonna
whew,
happen anyway. Nobody knew who, well, people knew, like you just said, but they weren't like big. I mean, they were big
yeah,
to us, and you do like this was Michael Bay's first film,
yeah.
and the crew was really disrespectful to him as well. He
Hmm.
talks about that. Like I'm sorry, real quick, at the very beginning of the movie of this one, where the camera is on the ground and it's showing the Miami sign with the plane
Yeah.
flying over it. He was trying to like, hey guys, let's set up the camera this way to shoot this way. And it was like, dude, it's not gonna work. Like, what the F? You're
Mhm.
wasting our time. He's like, I'm the director, listen to me. And it ended up being successful.
That's
So,
why I love that first one, B. Like
yeah.
it's just was kind of before he went off the deep end. To me, it seems like the more money he got, the more excessive he got with his films. I
Yes.
really love, the struggle of him trying to figure out who he was as a director and, making this really good film because the script and the budget was like hella low here.
Right.
Are you a Mike Lowrey or a Marcus Burnett? Who would you rather be?
Man, that's a hard one. To be honest with you, because the younger me would have been like, oh, Mike Lowrey, you know what I'm saying? I want to get all the women. I want the masseuses sneaking in my apartment, half dressed, their massages stuff, what wasn't I think
Yvette out naked?
Yvette, that's not a bad thing. And we saw how people responded, so how Max responded to Mike at the gym, like, I think I will call you, putting a chest all in his face.
All the hither that was in B's voice.
Yeah. So that's cool, but at the same time, a family is nice. If you got that one ride or die at home with your kids, and it's just unconditional love. So I don't know. That's a hard one, Tyra. I think I'm gonna pick Marcus right now at this point in my life. I think I'm gonna pick Marcus. Maybe 20 years ago I would have said Mike, but right now I'm gonna say Marcus because he a little chill. He trying to relax. He's not trying to have the gunfights. He talking about the body counts and all this stuff. So so I think I'm gonna choose Marcus.
No, me being the female that I am, I want to be a Mike Lowrey. I want to be outside. I want to have all the hose, jacket. I want to be sharp. I want to be flashy. I want to be smooth, romantic, getting all the ass I could ever stand. That's just because I'm a female. If I'm gonna go for it, I absolutely want to switch. I want to switch. I'm trying to be outside, but. If you are the Marcus, would you ever feel comfortable leaving any gentleman for an extended period of time to live with your wife?
He would have to be that you know what they say that in real life you may only really have like one true friend or maybe one or two. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. But I think I have somebody in mind that I know that wouldn't even look in that direction. It definitely would not be the first choice.
That's right. Be outside all in them cheeks, clapping cheeks, double cheeked up on a Tuesday all day long.
Yes.
As for me, I'm not leaving nobody with my wife.
I got you.
I'm not leaving anybody with my wife for any extended periods. Like, you in the house, like we going the whole thing, like you're doing Teresa. I would have been scaling my whole house too. Cause why y'all in the room together? Why y'all peeking out the window at the same time? It just no.
That was so hard. Right when he picked up the phone, put it back in, Mike. If he finds out he's gonna kill us, it tickles. No, he didn't say that it tickles, but that's funny right there. I love the reaction, but I ain't mad at you, Tyra. I'm not mad. That's a tall order. That's a tall order.
I just can't do it. Mike Lowrey, I'm a player all day. King Dingaling. I'm trying to be King Dingaling outside.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want that Mike life. I'm 24 right now.
Have fun, man.
All the more reason to have the Mike life.
Have fun. Have your fun. Be safe though. Be safe.
See, you're not alone, Tyra. My sister loves Will.
Yeah.
Everybody was loving Will. This only, made his career soar. We're gonna get into that. Like, really threw his ass in the pool. Definitely did. Because why y'all peeking out the window at the same? Get the kids. Yeah. Damn the police. Like, you're doing Teresa. Get
what is wrong with you, man? That's me. Yeah.
Like, I don't care who it is, but it's nice, B, that you have that kind of friend that, what, hey, I could leave this gentleman with my wife for, a week and it'll be straight. And that's trust also. Now, along the border of this wonderful movie, I have movies that came out in the very same year. Of course, at the top here, you have Higher Learning, Major Pain, Tales from the Hood, Dead Presidents, and Clockers over there in the corner that I need to review soon. All of these films, I don't think a whole lot has changed. Like, can Black men be vulnerable? One of my favorite things as to why I love this franchise, action aside, this is one of the few movies where Black men are vulnerable. This was the first movie ever I can remember watching where I saw two Black men say, I love you to each other. This was the first time. So, B, why do you feel like, Black men are not allowed to be vulnerable on TV? Because this is all 1995, but as of 2023, I can't remember the last thing I watched where two black men, friends who weren't family, like, no, we're just friends. We're not brother. We feel like brothers, but I am comfortable enough to say that I love you and I care for you as another man.
I don't know. I'm on the fence. Like you're right. I haven't seen that in a long time, but I think just because men have a pride ego thing and don't want to show weakness.
Yeah.
Lately on the social webs, I do hear more black women say, hey, it's okay for a man to show emotions, cry, say I love you. But I've
Yeah.
also heard the flip side of it as well. I guess we shouldn't listen to those people. Two black men in the movie.
In
Yeah,
therapy.
well, yeah. And I'm glad I rewatched this
Mhm.
because I've seen it 100 times, but it's been a minute, and so that did stand out.
Yeah.
Their relationship, him emoting how he feels about his wife, their relationship, um, their honesty. They get on each other's nerves, but they're brothers. I don't know, Tara. That's the question. It's hard to answer. I
Yeah.
wish I wish we could, but me personally, I'm sometimes afraid to show emotion, even though I do sometimes. I don't know. I just
Oh, B, you want a hug?
sometimes yes. I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
I was just looking. I was like, not much has changed. Like every single movie here, this is a movie. These are movies from all different genres. Even Major Vincent Winifred Payne, we couldn't show any vulnerability. Like, don't hug me, make me feel all like you plotting on me, boy. Like there is a need to be hard to prove that you are a man. All of these movies here, to display any type of manliness, we are violent. We are it's just I feel like there are so many other ways just to be vulnerable, and I just hope that in the next years to come, we are not still looking at the likes of a Bad Boys franchise to, let black men as well as others know that it's okay to be vulnerable. And anybody who is on the other side of that saying, I don't want to see no black man crying, get away from
Yeah,
that person.
duly noted. And I've only seen two of these as well.
Mm,
Higher Learning and
I
Major
knew
Pain.
it, B. I just knew it when I
Yeah.
put him here.
Yeah, I don't remember Dead Presidents. I've seen bits and
Oh.
pieces. I haven't seen Clockers at all. And
Mhm.
I'm a scary cat,
I
so
know.
Tales from the Hood. Even though that's kind of funny, I've only seen little snippets here and there, like you at the barber shop or something like that, and they got it in the
Mhm.
background or wherever. So yeah, I'm got to catch up on
Well,
that. Yeah.
all of these movies outside of Major Pain pretty much show black men being violent and using
Mhm.
exploring their emotions in a violent way. So I just wanted to put that there. Like it's okay if y'all need a hug and y'all need to talk. Like there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Hopefully we get more depictions of that in the future. B, watch Clockers. Watch Clockers,
Got
watch
you.
Dead Presidents, watch everything that
It's
is
on the
here.
list.
B,
It's on the
please,
list.
absolutely.
It's on the list.
Let's see. Yeah, this is what I love so much just about them, the back and forth, them saving each other's lives. Like I'm like, this is Bad Boys. Why am I feeling touched? And I was like, because I don't see this often. Just something as simple as, Marcus putting his head on, the shoulder, them, that pattern that we see every single film, don't ever say I wasn't there for you. Always, just being there for each other. I just think that we need a whole lot more of this versus what we get on a, everyday basis. Anything
Right.
else on this, B?
I love how they were bickering all throughout the movie, but they still had each other's back. Like, yeah,
That's
like they
family.
was true brothers.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not too many people where you can dive in front of a speeding car, to save them or whatever.
Mhm.
It's not too many people to where you will let stay with the your wife and your family. And so, like all four of these right here, just kind of just shows how strong their bond is in one still image.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I really like it. Also, on top of that, I also like I forgot the names, the two Hispanic gentlemen,
Mhm.
the other two partners, they
Yeah.
went back and forth as well, but when it
Mhm.
came down to it, they
Always
were
there.
still there as well, like, hey, this is serious, you could get killed. Like, okay, hey, what we got to do, you know what I'm saying? And so
You better take
yeah.
that hug. Struggle is real.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, I'm taking it
Let's
all,
see.
taking it
That's
all.
how you drive.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's how you drive from now on. You like my brother, man. Absolutely, Bree. Like I just love all of that. Love,
Hmm.
love, love, love all of that. But getting away from the, I guess, more so vulnerable side, how do you feel about these men as like individuals? Just Marcus, the role that he plays in the movie, and just Martin Lawrence's career since this film, because this pretty much launched his career as well as Will Smith's. How do you feel about Marcus, maybe as a partner, a husband, and a friend, and just Martin's career trajectory after this film?
I like it was a good balance with all of it. Like
Mhm.
before I rewatched this, I remember Marcus being the family man,
Mhm.
kind of soft, but Will being the tough guy. But that's not the case at all.
Mm-mm.
Martin came through and saved the day a number of times, risking his life, getting there. And so I like that. He was the one that was squabbling at at Club Hell in the bathroom, kicking the guy and hitting him with the paper towel
Mhm.
rack. He's the one driving the truck with the ether. And
Will was watching all that scattered ass around the club.
right. He's the one putting this. He's the one that's putting his life on the line as well, just as much as Will. But he's calculated. He just think that he just goes about it differently. They have completely different mindsets. Martin was just more reserved, and Will was just more kind of rah rah.
Yeah.
But they were still able to come together. So and he was, like I said, he was soft. He was a family man. He cared about his family. We see how that evolved in the later sequels, to where they wanted to split up. So I like that right there. And also the other part of your question, yeah. This was around, I was 11 years old when this came out. And
Mhm.
so I think I started watching Martin and Fresh Prince before I watched this. And
Mm.
so it was also kind of weird for me, because I was sheltered when I was growing up. I went to public school, kindergarten, and now, there's a reason I'm saying this, but there's a reason I went to kindergarten. No, yeah, kindergarten and first grade. I was in public school, second and third grade private, fourth grade public, and then fifth grade until I graduated high school. I was in the private school. But I remember when I was in fourth grade at the public school in first grade, all the kids was cussing. And I remember that made me uncomfortable, and my mom wanted to take me out to school, but I don't want my child away, around all this cussing and stuff. So when I got a little older, around when this film came out and Martin and Fresh Prince, I was used to kind of seeing them in a family oriented environment, with
Yeah.
the banks, and they weren't saying the F bombs and the S word and Martin and stuff. So when I saw this for the first time, it was like a rude awakening for me. Like, whoa, wait a minute! They said mother effer and bitches and hoes and quality time and this and that and all these jokes. And so that was kind of shocking to me, and but also let me see their range. It's like wow, I saw them as kind of friendly, but here Martin is, screaming and cussing, and it was just a weird experience for me, and so I watch this maybe once every 5 or 6 years, and I look at
Mhm.
it at a different lens each time.
I was not sheltered at all. I was watching everything. I was watching everything, which is why I'm so great with the throwback videos because that's what I prefer to watch in the first place. So I'll relate to something like this that came out when I was 5, like I was there to watch it in my 20s.
Yeah.
But I love this comment, one of my favorite roles from Martin. Yeah, this is just watching this, I was like, Martin is doing really, really good here. And I
Hmm.
was wanting to know why he didn't kind of get lush a little bit more into the atmosphere like Will Smith. He, went on, you Big Mama's House and the things that we love. I don't know, Blue Streak and things like Life. But as far as this, it's like this in Life are the my favorite roles from him. And I feel like
Yeah.
this was one of the roles that pushed him. A lot of the things that he did after this were comfortable. Like this, he doesn't, he doesn't have to try. Doesn't have to, give much effort beyond who he is as Martin because he's naturally funny. And I like the roles that really push him. But, for whatever reason, we were only given certain roles or because a lot of those movies I think he produced and did a lot of that stuff himself. But I would
Yeah.
have really liked to see him in more of these situations in life just to see a little bit more range from him. But yeah, Marcus was everything. What I love the most here, Marcus is so dedicated to his wife.
Yeah.
Marcus is so dedicated to his wife. This first one, he is just all about his wife. Like, you ain't messing up my good thing. Like, I'm trying to get home to my wife. I can't be laid up with that woman I'm married.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
just the commitment that he has and just that family man, just a black, faithful family man.
Yeah.
We need, like, it's some layers
Yeah.
to Bad
Black
Boys.
man don't cheat, Yeah. He
Yeah,
showed very good self-control,
it's some layers to Bad Boys to really be appreciated, just the undertones of things that we don't see a whole lot in the public eye, especially right now. Lord Jesus. Let's see.
How
Martin is a comedian first, I guess. Yeah. What are you
how did
saying?
you how do you feel about this? Because you said he's such a faithful wife. How do you feel about Teresa really giving him any. In the she, I mean, he
Hated
was like,
it.
yeah, she didn't want to
Hated
give him
it.
none the whole movie.
Hated it. I mean, that's the thing. Like, that's what we see publicized a whole lot. Like, I'm married. That means, what do you say? I'm married. That means you sleep together, but you don't get none. Like, I don't know
Right,
why that's so publicized. Like, after you get married, things just kind of slow down. Now, of course, when you're with the same person for, a number of years, you're not going to be as sexually active as you were. Like, when things fresh and you like into the
right.
first, 6 months of your
Honeymoon
relationship,
phase, yeah,
it's popping. But
right.
years later, it becomes like, oh, like you just wake up. But there is never a time where, if your husband wants some, give your husband some, give your man some. Don't
Yes,
be just
give you
going to sleep and
some,
waking up talking about the kids. Come tell them damn kids to go downstairs,
give
have a
your man
have a Coke
some.
and a smile. He should have told them damn
Right,
kids to go downstairs and have a Coke and a
yeah.
smile.
Drop them
But
off at
yeah, I
Mike's
don't.
house, grandma's. You know,
Yeah, I absolutely did not understand the gatekeeping of the vagina. Get a
yeah.
man some.
Yeah,
Give
and
him.
Julie threw it at him too.
We go get it.
all
Julie.
the steel and the bullets. Don't you just feel funny? She was like, "Come on, bro, it's a silver platter." He walked out of there.
Give him that quality time. Thank you so much, Bree, for that $3 super chat. Give your man that quality time. Give him some. Give him some of that Shy Guy. Why y'all holding on to the vagina?
Right.
Don't do that. Like, yeah, I guess
Let it
that's.
go. Let it
I
free.
think that's just a movie trope that once you get married, you no longer have sex. But I'm really hoping that that's not true.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I got Big Mama's House on DVD for Christmas, and remember watching it, watching the Me, Myself, and Irene trailer. Oh man, those trailers that used to be in front of those DVDs and VHSs.
Man. Yeah.
Oh, when you gonna
Serious.
unveil that DVD collection over there, B? Because I know it's thick.
Yeah, I gotta get to 50K, man.
Oh,
So
okay.
I gotta get to 50K first.
Tyra was cursing since she was like, I was not. Dang, I was not. I absolutely was not. I swear I wasn't. I just really, really enjoyed film. I watched it, but I did not repeat anything. Thank you very much. Tyra low key be annoyed by Martin. Yeah, you've been here for a few reviews. You've been here for a few of my Martin reviews or films that had him in it. Yeah, this is one of my favorites from him, along with Life, and then other movies, not so much.
What about a thin line between love and hate? Did you
Love
like
that. Love
Okay,
Martin there. But it's things like Blue Streak, National Security, those things. I'm just really not a fan.
Oh, I have to go watch those videos because I gotta go watch them. I'll say in my commentary because I don't want to drift too far, but I
I'm
gotta
just,
go see those.
I'm not a fan. I'm sorry.
Wow.
All the other films, B, but you saw them. Mike, Will Smith, how do you feel about Mike Lowrey here as a cop, partner, friend, and as well as Will Smith's career after this film?
Yeah, man. This if not nothing else, this right here kind of put him on the map as far as I'm concerned. I remember I went to, shout out if you know Dallas DFW Friendship West. I remember them playing Bad Boys at one of the church camps. And I just remember all the little black girls like, "Oh my God, Mike!" And I was like, "Man, I gotta be like Mike," And that was a lyric in the movie. Everybody want to be like Mike, but
I wanna be like Mike.
yeah. Everybody loved him when he was running with his shirt off, and that's when I was like, you got to have abs to get the women. You know what I'm saying? You got to do some push-ups because that's See, TJ 5455 talking about you got to have them abs. I was like, oh, that's the trick right there. But yeah, Mike was that dude, man. Mike was that dude. He was tall, he was handsome, he was muscular, he had the abs. I don't know about that belt, but other than yeah, he was the whole package, man. He was the whole package. He was what men, little boys aspired to be. So
I just love that this is the film that really pushed him to like take him seriously, more as an actor outside of, Fresh Prince is, Fresh Prince, but this was like, oh, you can do a little bit more than just be funny. He has the potential to be an action superstar. And then after this, he was in everything. He was in everything, and he was just, that $1 million blockbuster man, and just his career just was it was just incredible. Did you think like the performance here warranted, how explosive his career became, or is it a different movie that was like, oh yeah, Will Smith has arrived?
Well, ask that again.
I say, do you like feel like this is the movie that warranted like, oh, this is our $1 million superstar to invest and give roles to, or was it another movie that made you like feel like, oh, Will Smith, the actor, he's like really
I
arrived?
I think the movie that set him over was not this one, but Independence Day.
Mm,
I think this one, kind of helped boost him.
yeah,
And again, it opened my eyes to his range because I didn't say this earlier, but I was one of the times I watched this when I was younger, I was a little uncomfortable at first,
mm,
because I'm hearing them talk, cuss so much and the mother effers and
yeah. You know,
even
even
one.
cursing his music.
Yeah, even when part two came out, they were using a bit more profanity. And I was
Yeah,
like, damn, why they gotta use so much? It seems like they're cussing, it's just unnecessary that they're trying to
yeah.
be cool, so I guess that's a criticism.
Mhm.
But I still like it, because it's just their personality and the way that they blended, within their friendship and their bond. I don't think anybody else could have fulfilled these roles if you took the same script,
Yeah.
but just switched out actors. I
Oh,
don't know. It felt real.
well.
It felt real genuine. It was just like a wake
Well,
up call to me.
actually, Martin didn't want Will here. He was like,
What?
our brands of comedy are far too different. He's a little cookie cutter. I'm Martin. I'm from, Def Comedy Jam type. My show is even, a bit more raunchy than something like Fresh Prince. Of course, he changed his mind once they got together. He's like, oh, our chemistry is great. This movie might be fire. But
Wow.
initially, he did not want him. He wanted who the director, Michael Bay, oh my God, initially wanted for the film. This role was going to be Arsenio Hall.
Oh, I did not know
It was
that.
gonna be
Are you
terrible.
serious?
Yes, a terrible idea. I'm so glad that
Wow.
didn't happen.
I am so glad too. Thank you for the information.
Ah, thank you so
Woo.
much, Jay Antoinette, for the $10 super chat. Woo
Yeah.
sigh for Mike.
Yes. Yes.
Shout out
Yes.
to my Libra brother Will.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that. That is greatly appreciated. Y'all have no idea how much the super chats save lives.
They do. I love the way you
Absolutely
said that. Yeah. Well
save
said. Well
lives.
said.
But yeah,
Tom,
this
I did not know that.
yeah,
That's
this was
crazy.
Arsenio Hall was supposed to be in this movie. He like, and he
Wow.
said he regrets that, to this day turning it down. But I'm like, I'm so glad you turned it down because
Yes.
that would have been something else.
I don't
No.
think we will be talking about it right now. Probably
No,
not.
but this wasn't, the thing that let me know like Will Smith, because I was, watching TV heavy as I said. The whole scene and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the father episode, how come you
Mm.
don't want me, man? I was like, he
Yeah.
can act.
Yeah. Yeah.
He can actually act. He's good, but it was, really great to see his career excel from here. How do you feel about Will Smith's career right now at this moment after the slap?
I think he still got it. I think
Mm,
I think even if it happened at the same time, King Richard, just kind of cemented that he's that dude.
yeah.
People are still kind of iffy on emancipation, but I really did like that. I think I told you I got really emotional
Yeah.
at the end of that when they was making the charge, and yeah, he was making fun of me talking about we gotta stop the cannons. But I think he's gonna be okay. I
Mhm.
don't think what he did was stupid, and I wish he didn't do it, but people have done worse, and for the most part, for Tara's
Thank you,
Life
Dane
Fund.
C. Dane C
Yes.
is such a troll, and I love you
Yes.
for it for Tara's Life Fund. Thank you. Thank you. Bad Boys for Life all day. Donate to the
Yeah.
Life Fund anytime you feel like it. Thank you so much, Dane C, for that $5 super chat.
If his career has took a hit because of the slap, I
Yeah.
think it's very minimal.
Mhm.
There are going to be some people that's like, I'm not going to watch his movies on television
That's
anymore. But I
ridiculous.
I don't yeah, I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be to a significant amount to where he notices or people notice. But then
Yeah.
again, like there's really no such thing as movie stars right now anyway.
Yeah.
Like it's really the title of the film that gets the
Mhm.
butts and seats instead of the actor, the actress. So
Yeah.
but I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I just hate it because when I went to anytime I get my notes and stuff together, I always go and look at the filmography. It's really easy to forget just how much stuff that he's been in, and
Yeah.
it's like you are, allowed to, make one mistake. You're this pristine, unflawed career, and then it's just like has people looking at you sideways. But I'm hoping that this doesn't taint who he is as the superstar. Like he's a great actor, and he's done a whole lot for film and Black people in
Yeah.
film. Like, y'all stop hating.
I still love him. That's still my dude. He ain't perfect. He's kept stuff bottled up for the longest, you know.
Oh, Breezy, come through. Like, y'all
Yeah.
trying to show I could be here. I know what this is. I know exactly what this is. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Y'all ain't finna upstage me here.
That's what's up. We got $21 coming. Can somebody beat it? $21.
Put a 45.
You know
Like,
what I'm
no, don't
saying?
get to auction it. Like, thank you so much, Bree. It is never a competition. I appreciate every single thing that you guys did. Thank you so much for that. Julie, how do you feel about Julie? Did you get a little Karen off of Julie, or was Julie straight, for the movie? Because of course, this was the only one that she was in, even though she was a major part of the cast. Going back to rewatch it, it's just like, I was like, damn, Julie was like a third bad girl. She gets a lot of screen time in this movie. How did you feel about Julie as a character?
Julie was cool. Julie was cool. I mean, I'm not just saying, rah Julie, but she wasn't bad. She wasn't bad on the looks either. I understand the position she was in. She made a couple of dumbass decisions, that was kind of frustrating. Like, why would you do that? Before they got into the ether truck, like, what, you guys are cops? Why are you guys running? That was kind of annoying. But her life was flipped upside down in a heartbeat in the flash. So, I don't know. I can't wait to hear your commentary. What all them neck pops. I can't wait, but I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop because I want to hear you.
Oh, no,
she wasn't bad. She wasn't bad to me. What's the problem? What's up?
I ain't like Julie.
Okay.
I did not like. I love Julie. Like, just watching Julie now as a grown adult, I was like, damn, Julie, just stay your ass in the car. It was Julie was kind of giving Karen a little bit to me with how righteous she was. Like, you are not a cop. You're not a cowgirl or a cowboy. Stay your ass in the car. Like, every time you deviate from the plan, we have to go out of our way to protect your ass. Yeah. Like, stay in the house, Julie. Just the the pushback. Julie kept leaving, going all haywire, like she had all these options. We got these two black men, the only two black men out here trying to protect your ass, and you ain't following along. I was with you. Why are we walking away? I had a clear shot. Get your ass.
Right? Yeah, that was dumb. That was stupid.
The whole thing, at the end of her leaving, like when she found out that they did the swap, it's just like, I'm getting out of here. Where you going? where you going, right. White lady?
You're right. She got kidnapped, and yeah. You're gonna change my mind. You're gonna change my mind. What am I thinking over here? I'm tripping. I guess I was trying to be nice.
Is your $2 from your boo? Thank you so much for that. I love y'all. Y'all are really cutting up today. Thank you so much. You have been showing up with the not the super chats, but the super thanks in the chats, in the comments under old videos. So I appreciate you a whole lot for that. Thank you so much. But yeah, Julie was I don't think the franchise suffered because I didn't never ask a question, kind of like let's say like Blade, when Nabushe Wright is in Blade and she's doing what needs to be done, and then the second installment comes. I was like, dang, where's Nabushe Wright? I loved her in that first one. It was never a moment where I was like, oh man, we don't got Julie anymore. Where's Julie? I felt like it enhanced the movie that we weren't, so focused on the likes of Julie. Like, I don't.
What is her name again? Nabushe? You said Nabushe?
Yeah, Nabushe.
I do miss her. Yeah, she was better than Julie. I'm team Nabushe over Julie. So
yeah, and then. Not I was biased. I was like, I would, much rather these men be trying to protect the sister. But that was just me.
I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
Not even that, but just the acting that was coming off of Julie in comparison to these ladies right here. I was like, I feel like they were better. Not just, from a biased standpoint of, protect black women, more chocolate. I felt like the acting was better with I think her name was actually Karen in the film. I felt like it would have been beneficial if they swapped just that brief moment that we get with her interacting. Of course, she is shot, really soon, but I did, enjoy her acting a little bit more than Julie's in that brief time. And of course, Teresa Randall was here. Y'all know how I
Yeah.
feel about Teresa. We needed
Yeah.
more time to look at Teresa and to give her more lines. I feel like either one of these women could have been Julie, I swear.
I got you. Do you think that? I mean, because you do have Max, you do have Teresa. Do you think there's a reason why Julie had more screen time, or they chose a white woman to be the damsel in distress?
I mean,
Is it maybe ticket sales or what?
still getting
Okay.
in line with that whole reason of to why they have mostly two white men in the roles of buddy cops films. Like there has to be. They act like it's too much chocolate. It's a bit overpowering
Right.
for the palate. If we want these type of movies to be digestible, we can't have three black leads in a movie. We
Right.
got two. Y'all want three? You want a female?
Right.
That's a little bit too much. But I would really because I was like, they have so much charisma. They're beautiful. I'm liking the little time that we get with them. Just imagine if they got just as much screen time or an even amount as much as Julie, or they swap roles with Julie. I just would have personally been here with that. Breezy, I see you're 20 and I raised you $2.
Man, there you go. It's a battle. It's going down.
Thank you so much, Dane. Like, Dane, you're the best troll I ever had. I love you. That is funny. Yeah, speaking of, Mo Chocolate, because they were chasing Julie, who didn't have any lips. Let's get into Miss Teresa Randall here, because getting into, I guess, the fourth installment, she is to be replaced by Tasha Smith. How do you feel about that?
I hate it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. Tasha Smith, she's fine. I don't hate her, but I don't love her either. I just, she's never been an actress to me where I'm like, oh, she's in the movie, or oh, she's in the show. I'm not saying that she's not talented. She just never ever sent me over the moon, and I would much rather have Teresa there. I think she's not going to be there. Is it health concerns, health reasons? Is that the?
I'm not totally sure. I believe so, but it's just it's like Tasha Smith, just with the because as I said, just even with, like I stated, that she didn't get a lot of screen time here. I think as the franchise went on, Teresa Randall as the wife got less and less screen time. But I feel like since it's Tasha Smith, they're going to just really push. And I'm hoping that they don't all of a sudden switch. And now it's, because she is typecast. She does kind of present, every single role the same way every time. It's often loud and kind of rambunctious. And so in comparison to Teresa Randall being more of the subdued wife who kind of plays the background and raises the kids. I don't feel like Tasha Smith is going to be here to be quiet and play the background and raise the kids. And it's going to be more of a comedic thing when we kind of have enough of that already with Martin and Will. But I think it'll be interesting to see. It's really unfortunate that we can't continue on with Teresa Randall. But when it came out, I was like, Tasha Smith?
Yeah, and you said that she's typecast, and I guess it just has a bad taste in my mouth, because when I see Teresa, I see her, I was like, this woman is warm and soft. When I see Tasha Smith, I'm like cold and hard, and it's just, I guess that's just because, like you said, she plays the same type of
ain't that old girl from How Did I Marcus? I think because that's what we think about first, when we see her.
Right.
Dang,
right.
What's up with it, Bree?
Already.
Thank you so much, Bree, for that $2. You and Dave competing with the. This is like really fun. I love it.
Y'all finna pay the light bill. Yeah, I hate it. B is getting right
now in this Texas heat. Y'all gotta spend a couple hundreds for the light bill. Man, it's crazy out here. Let's see. I did miss Karen Jensen. In Blade 2. Absolutely. Let's see, Girl 6. Yes, Teresa is, a really incredible actress, and she was just somebody who didn't get a whole lot of shine. So to get into a fourth installment, and maybe it is for health reasons, or maybe they wanted to, go in a different direction, but it says a whole lot that even though her role is really small, she is going to be missed in the franchise, and people are going to notice.
She fit the role perfect. She was what me and my brother call wifey fine. Like It's just something about her. She had both,
At
and
least get a white woman that's something to look at. Old girl was a bag of old bones. All right.
oh,
We talking about
I got you.
Julie.
Hey man, you probably would have got in there if it was there. Don't front. If she just laying in your bed like she was with
No, be
Mars,
actually
you know.
when I was getting my because I go most of the time when I try to get my things together to edit, I go and screen record the older trailers for the film. A lot of the trailer, I see they cut a lot of scenes out of Mike kind of sleeping with white women. And I was like, oh, I wonder why they took that
Oh,
out.
okay.
There's a whole, scene missing of him waking up from a menage a trois with two white women.
Oh
I was
wow,
like, oh,
wow.
y'all ain't want to put that in there?
Yeah, okay,
Oh,
yeah. That's not the version I got.
okay.
That's
That's
crazy.
clearly a scene that didn't make the final cut. But
I
yeah, y'all,
see.
we are gonna actually miss her. See, I like Teresa in the Five Heartbeats, even though she's always had a little bit more of the the smaller roles. So
Yeah.
it takes an effect that you just feel like, oh, she's not gonna be in this one. Let's see, send me some. I'm in this damn Texas heat. Yeah, it's terrible out here.
My bill was too
Let's
damn
see.
high.
Man, I'm gonna get mad. The franchise is too far in to be switching actors
Right, right. Agree,
for the
100%,
show up
man.
brief. For the show up pretty fun, this is fun. I need y'all to do this every single live. Be
Yes.
in competition in this way every
Yeah.
single live. Not only is it
Yes.
entertaining, but y'all know it helps me out. Like, man, let's see, Mike sleeping with white women. Oh boy. Yeah, I was watching, I was like, this wasn't in the movie.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah. But getting into, just pretty much the end of this, how do you feel about just the legacy of the Bad Boy movies and getting into a part 4 in the future?
I'm willing to see a part 4. Because part 3 was good enough to keep it going. I
Mhm.
know when it ended, I wanted to see more, and they left it open. I really wish Michael Bay would come back, but I know that's most likely not gonna happen,
Hmm.
and I don't blame him to a degree. Um, but I'm happy we're getting more. I'm
Mhm.
happy we're getting more because there's not too much that just gets me like, man, I can't wait for this to come out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna check it out. But when a Bad Boys 4, I'm like, yeah, this needs to. When are we going to see this? Okay, how many months away are we? I like these characters, and not just the main characters. Like I said earlier, man, I was really upset that the captain is dead now. Like he
Yeah.
was very important to the story, especially I mean, he was just hilarious, screaming and yelling,
Oh,
and he
baby,
had
oh.
every right to do it. Like I agree with him. Like they're throwing bodies from morgue trucks, and and so I like the dynamic, the relationship with everybody, and so I want to see more in this world here. The only thing that would make it better is if Michael Bay came back, because
Yeah.
he has he has that style that I love.
Yeah, I want to appreciate this franchise first of all because it does have two black leads, and of course something that started in 95 to even just be thought about in maybe a 2024 25. That's absolutely amazing that this movie and just the care that we have to see them has lasted for so many years. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that that's probably the last one.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's the last one, and they do it and they do it right. Like I think you told me that you saw the Equalizer 3. I don't like when we get into older Hollywood and they give our boys the Harrison Ford treatment with that new Indiana Jones. Like I want them to let our mans just go out in a beautiful way, gracefully. I don't want because I was like, Harrison Ford, if you don't get your ass.
Man, yeah, he up there.
I just, I'm hoping that, that's the last one and it's done really well and it's done right. The third installment was definitely not my favorite. I was like, why?
What Equalizer, Bad Boys?
No, Bad Boys. It was
Okay.
I haven't seen the third one, Equalizer yet. It
Okay.
was a lot of things there that were just questionable to me. And I was like, is the franchise kinda lost its way a little bit to me in
Yeah.
comparison to
Yeah.
that first one and that second one. It's not as great, but it is, we just love, just really just seeing them together. We'll sign up for that any day. But I'm
Yeah.
hoping that the writing is better on the fourth one and that they send our boys off right and that this is the last one. Like that's
Yeah.
always what I'm here for. But anything else on the Bad Boys movies or any of that good stuff, B, before we get out of here?
Well, yeah. When I was watching, I was like, I can't wait to see what. I wanted to talk to you about Teresa's response.
I'm
You think it's
sorry,
tough?
B.
Oh, okay.
You
Are you
think
good? You
you
good?
tough.
Y'all stupid.
I love y'all. Go ahead, B.
No, I just really like Teresa's response to walking in on her husband Marcus at Will's house, at Mike's
Hmm.
house with the white girl, because she thought they was running a train on her, and just
You
had,
and your little girlfriend will be
yeah,
very happy living here.
yeah. I like that was one of my favorite scenes of the film, because it was just funny because it looked horrible. It looked horrible. It looked like they were having too much fun over there. But no, that's all I got, Tyra. This is a classic to me, especially in our community, in many communities, and like we just said, I want
Mhm.
more of this universe. So
Let's see. Is this confirmed? They're bringing Sydney Burnett back for the fourth one. Is that a confirmed fact? Because I know that third one, I thought we would get into him and Gabrielle Union being in some type of relationship and see some progression and Mike as a man and a character. And then she wasn't there, so it'll be interesting if they bring her back and we kind of get
yeah,
that effect back, because I felt like the son and the whole. I was like, what? It's,
hmm
they went really really far, with
yeah,
that movie.
yeah. It wasn't the cleanest. It wasn't the cleanest.
I'm staying out of it. But you guys, this has been absolutely amazing. I am going to take this off and give my man Brandon and Keith Avery the screen to let you guys know what to look out for on his channel, as well as what he is doing over there. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, Tyra, first of all, I just want to thank you so much for allowing me to come to your channel and interact with your guests. This was a lot of fun. And anytime you need me, I'm more than happy to be here and engage with you, because we always have a good time. You're my home slice down there in Houston, Texas. But guys, if this is your first time ever seeing me, I'm Brandon Keith Avery with Just My Opinion Reviews. Primarily, I'd make movie reviews, spoiler movie reviews, TV recaps on whatever is streaming or going on in the theaters right now. I try to cover it all. I talk about my conscious Black awareness stuff, also comic book superheroes, and also your general movies. I just got done wrapping My Adventures with Superman on HBO Max or Max. Also, I'm covering Winning Time right now on Max. The views are not that high, but I'm sticking with it. I really enjoy that show, and Tara is one of the people that put me on. I'm also covering Power Book 4 Force with Tommy, and so you see some martial arts stuff up there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cover the Montgomery Brawl and stuff like that. I couldn't. I mean, that was just, I had to talk about that. The Black Avengers coming through. But yeah, I'm still growing. I'm still trying to grind and expand. And if you just want my honest opinion on things, come on through, because I try to talk about a little bit of everything. We got a comic book show every Sunday, and also a movie news roundup show. It's on hiatus right now, but it's coming back. And so, if that's their type of thing, come through, subscribe. I would love to chit chat with you, over in my world of movies and television.
Absolutely. Well, it's so professional. I just love when B speaks. It's just he always know what to say. I'd be like, yeah, come on
That's
down
stupid.
to the spot because I'm doing stuff. You guys, of course, know if we are here, I have just dropped my review for Bad Boys. Please go and check that out. Like, y'all been asleep. We gonna have a talk. We gonna have a live where we just have a straight talk conversation about engagement. I know it's not always you guys' fault, and a lot of times you guys aren't notified about content, but please do your best to stay on high alert with videos and to know, when I post something new. Of course, I just dropped Bad Boys, and a couple days ago, I also dropped my review for Sparkle. So if you guys could run those up and check out those videos, as well as the live I did with LB, watch with me LB for Sparkle, that would be
Man,
absolutely awesome. I have had some incredible guests on this week. Are you not entertained? Like,
yes.
what's good? But this was amazing, you guys. I have put B's link in the chat multiple times. So if you are new to B, I doubt y'all, because B's the GOAT. Go and check out his channel and subscribe and see what he has to offer over there. Be sure to drop down and leave comments down there. I got to tell y'all how important it is to leave comments down there to get even more engagement on this video, and hit that like button. You guys have been amazing. B has been amazing. B is going to definitely come back because this was great. But I thank you so much
Thank you.
for being here, B, and I thank everybody in the chat. We will definitely see you guys another time. Goodbye, and what good evening. It's the evening now. What time it is? I'm hungry.
for something. I'm hungry too.
All I need is meat. Yeah, thank you guys so much for all those super chats. I'm gonna go get me a drink. We see you guys next time very, very soon. Bye.
Peace out.